So, Mrs. Dash, or should I say, Mr. Sharp, you're sitting in an office, on the lobby one anyway, waiting. Secretary is there, on the phone, playing whatever app games there are. You have a bit of a trench coat, a hat to cover most of your guys. It's really cold and chilly. This place is usually temperatured in a correct state, but the owner likes things a little bit more natural at times. There's a couple other fellows there waiting for you as well. Some are with you. You recognize a few of them. This agency is very kept secret. Not many know about it. It's raining heavily. It's another day. Mr. Sharp. Mr. Sharp. You're called. Please head on through. You can see a very young, primed, and also very sharp glasses wearing high elf. He motions you towards one of the airlock doors. And usually these doors are meant for ships. No one knows why it's constructed like that. Have no ignorant breeder. You share as the wings suggest they buy you. Good. How's this? God. As you go, Mr. Sharp. As you walk on through the boudoir, the encompass of this place as you walk through is completely dark, but each time you take a step, small lights bing off from below, and as you see it, there's nothing coming from the side, but you can see there's something very vivid in the shadows to your sides and up above, but you don't know how far or how high the ceiling is. As you look below, you see different machines that work, different data streaming across. Like an ocean life, theming greatly. As you go forward, the lights ting ting ting. You stop for a moment. The lights stop. And on the floor writes Mr. Sharp, and it points in another direction. And as you look a little bit over behind your shoulder, another fellow's walking too. But another name sets up right next to yours. His name is Mr. Slash. You recognize Mr. Slash. You guys worked with each other before. He's not the greatest of characters, but you guys do share the understanding of your profession. Do you wait for him to catch up, or do you want to proceed where you need to go? Oh my god, no good. You follow the arrow. Are you starting to move? You hear the voice. Sharp. Not gonna say hello? You turn around and acknowledge him. You remember, you do remember Mr. Slash. He's a very rough fellow. Half orc. On one side he has one of the tusks growing. On one side one of the tusks is kind of broken in half. Not the greatest to look at, but he's improved on himself over the years, and sometimes he even goes on to surgery. I mean, he has a couple cyborg, but no one seems to see any traces of it. But most times he usually gets a lot of bloody work done. Maybe it causes some murders. And so Mr. Sharp ignores Mr. Slash. Indeed. As you go on, every now and then the lights continue to lead you the way where you have to go. You see different artifacts boom, boom, being lit from underground. And you see the small robotic workers going away. But at the same time, you also see the shimmer also seems to be like water. There are many doors and then one large one. It opens slightly. The room itself, small glow of yellow and white mixed together. And the arrow of the lights points right into the door. And you hear it tapping. And all it is just silence after that. You go in. As you walk in, the door shuts. Quitting. Lights are burning right on you. You get a bit blinded. The rain evident overhead now and under you. You're not sure where the water is coming from. You didn't know that today on this planet, it is raining heavily. In the darkness, you see two eyes glow red. You smell the pungent odor of smoke, tobacco. But at the same time, it smells very calming, serene, relaxing. You hear the voice speak out to you. Ah, yes. Mr.Sharp. Pleased to make your acquaintance. You have done well for me in my emporium. I believe many of your peers should learn from you. You see the little lighting from his pipe. I have a job for you, if you wouldn't mind undertaking it. Love the shaman. Also, guys, there's also a delay, so be patient. You hear a slight chuckle and a more rhythmic tapping on his desk. And you see a little bit past him too that there's something moving right behind him. Through a window. But you're not too sure. The light on you kind of gives you a little bit of that vision, the little teeny bit of notice. If you'd like, you can make a perception check to see what it may be. What's up, Trent? Now you have to sleep. Sleep well, buddy. That's being fucky. Okay. If you like, you can make a perception check to see what may be behind him. At the same time, he also replies and tells you, I need you to undertake a task. Simple infiltration. I need you to find this. And he puts it on the desk. You're expecting for him to call you over, but as soon as he puts it on the desk, you hear the sliding of a mechanism, and it brings on a little small plate, obsidian on a little disc, and on it is a key, an underscore card key. I need you to find where this goes. Well, we know the location. My apologies for being so broad, but this item, I need you to find a few things with it. We're going to the Xanth Corporations. And not only that, we'll also be going towards the Nilos as well. You can take your pick. But there's something that I need to know. You want to look behind him? Okay. Oh, you're level 4. You got a one snake eye. You have no idea what may be behind him. Oh, you got an option 1 or 2. Alright. So you take the key. You want to examine it. So that will have to be a post-tech roll. Let's mess up your intelligence. Got a 6. From understanding these keys, they're usually encoded super heavily, belonging to many previous informations, but on a criminal roll, which I am going to give for you here real quick. Oh wow. With your criminal roll, you know that these things are pricey. They're really expensive. They're worth at least 30,000 credits a pop, just for one little damn thing. And they can be even more heavily customized as well. This one you can range for this key is at least 100,000 credits. Whatever it holds to, it can either be really, really, really bad or something surprising. Wait a minute, that's both. With your post-tech check, you know definitely it's either towards a computer or a vault or some sort of cache. Alright. As you reply that, he goes, "Splendid. The funny thing about this key is that it relates to both the Xanthcorp and the Nilos. The information may be linked, so you only need to pick but one. And then we'll decide your next move from there." Okay. So he's decided to head up the Nilos. You definitely hear a chuckle of confirmation, but also he's pleased. Excellent. We'll forward the payment to you as soon as possible. And there may be a bonus in it for you as well. So, do you wish to head there immediately? Alright, so you plan the rest of your day to head over to the Nihilist Entertainment Group. They're well known for making many movies, shows, cartoons, you name it, even dramas. And sadly, not too long ago, one of the heirs died in a tragic accident, supposedly murdered. Rumor has it, someone was with him the time of death. Some people have witnessed something, but they're not too sure. Evidence that was claimed for a person named, well, there would have been a name, but you remember through the channel feed, through your profession, that a lot of it's covered up since the certain culprit was not caught. So a lot of the business on Omega, the planet you're on, there's a lot of competition. It's like as though there's a powder keg getting ready to blow. In all the corporations, all the companies. It's gonna be really bad. So you take your leave and you prepare. All right. So you managed to find one of the Nihilos entertainment facilities. This one is pretty heavily guarded. The job: extract information. It'll be uploaded straightly towards the database of your employer. Get out. The You've done several infiltration sneaking missions before. They can be very rough. Your contacts have managed to help you sneak in as well. Like tapping the database for employees you got obviously and taking their prints for the mission. Okay. So you take the form and appearance of one of the workers who did maintenance. So that's the most recent one. One of the engineers. I think we love you managed to hit the timing just right for it too. The facility, even though for entertainment, has basic guards. You managed to make your way through pretty easily, pretty solid. But just to find out something else, there's also another hidden area where there are armed guards. And judging by what this employee could do, you didn't have that kind of access. So you managed to disguise yourself as one of the guards, getting through. Now this is where it gets a bit hauntingly tough. So, from your vision, to your right, a very long corridor, several doors. To your left, leads all the way to the elevator. Straight along ahead, you see what seems to be like a very big lobby that leads to another large foyer. Kind of like when you reach into, step into like a mall or a huge hospital. There's several different floors. Sure, you head over one of the other compads. There are several guards patrolling about. Some are just like basically talking and shooting the shit. So let's see. See how well you can sneak away. Oopsie. And since you have the appearance, so not too much. You roll an 8. So you managed to sneak away. Now let's go with security. So you have the tool. So you'll get a +1 for that actually. Quick thing. Okay, so you got a 10. So you managed to sneak away. Find a little corner. So where do you want to do this hacking? Did you want to like do it near the elevator, like pretending you're waiting, or do you want to go to the rooms to the right, or did you want to just go forward and stand like right around near the foyer? There's a fountain there, so you can just stand while tapping into your combat. Where do you want to do it? Just 1, 2, or 3. Elevator. So you go forward, you stand next to the elevator, wait a bit. What you can tell, there are at least 50 floors. To find out where the vaults are, the way bottom. It's very dangerous. Getting there is not going to be easy, but you do manage to schematic out a couple of events. You managed to get a hold of. Let's see. Let's do your luck roll. Success. Not only that, you also managed to bypass some securities and firewalls and go undetected. And you found out their patrols. Your best shot may be through the vents, or unless you can maintain the appearance of a high officer, but you haven't seen them yet. Disease escape route would definitely be the floor where you're on. There is a ladder that can take you to another elevator that can take you way to the rooftop. The elevator itself, unless there's a lockdown, is also an easy way as well. If you alert anyone, anyway. Hopefully you don't. What's your next move? Yeah, to go to the further floors, you're gonna need a key card. Or you can try your hand and hack it so you can go to the floor. How would they kill it? You know, crack this? Alright, so you want to step onto the elevator and start hacking? Alright. So, as you're about to get ready to start to move into the elevator and hack, he's like, hey, hold on! Another guard, and he's got a large rifle on him. He's not armed, of course, but he's holding off to the side, like, wait up! So he's about, like, 30 feet away from you. You want to ditch him or you want to hold it out for him? You hold on. All right, as you hold on, he goes in. He goes, oh, thanks, buddy. And he pats you on the back. He's a very broad-shouldered man. It's about 6 foot. What you can tell is that he's a pretty high rank. You could probably get to the lower floors. Well, on the name it says Lieutenant Shady. Oh, it's been a hard day at work. Thanks. I'm just trying to get all the work done. Oh, by the way, want to see my family photos? Can't wait to celebrate when I get back home. So he goes to show you some photos. And funny enough, in his wallet is also a keycard. Never see here? Okay. So you also see a photo of several, like, siblings. There's at least 10 of them. So it runs in a family, but apparently a lot of people like to call it Shady. See, that one's over there is Steve. This one's Alan. And I'm Jack, by the way. So he starts naming a couple of his siblings, and then one of them is a very much shorter kind of the lot. Every one of them is tall except one. One is the run. Alright, so you want to grab... Alright, let's do a stealth arena, and... Since he's preoccupied, I'll give you a +1 on that. Oh, you got a 6. So you managed to just slide over. As you're like talking with him, you managed to take the card out, and then he goes like, "Oh, one of the floors. Ah, damn." So he puts it back, and it's like, "By the way, allergies." The elevator stops. A very attractive woman in a tight suit walks in. She's part elven, human. She's a hat. Very long blonde hair, very curvy, and thighs and legs that can knock you out. Jack Shaden goes like, hey, Sarah. And while she's looking at this, she goes, "Oh, hey, Shady." You go, and he starts bleeding out the nose. And he's just standing there. And you go, oh! So she's tending to him, and you're like, and the floor still keeps going down. The floor shows number 40. Do you want to stay the whole ride? Or do you want to get off? Oh, okay, you leave? Okay, so you leave. So you're at floor 39. The Gen X, yep. There you go. Okay. What do you wish to do now? Alright, so as you turn to look at the elevator, he's just like, he's just bleeding out like hell and he starts falling down. She just like panics. Alright, change the disguise. Alright, as Lieutenant Shady. Alright, as you check for the schematics down, there's another elevator. And there's a couple of doors and there's a ladder shaft. The guards in this area are a lot more heavily armed. At one point, you hear... The area is a lot more wide and open. It's not tight corners or anything. It's huge, like a loft. You see hangers of different sorts, like different fighters. You see a very tall mechanical suit, about 20 feet. And on its back, you see a large cannon, and in its hands, a large crate. You see a couple of workers moving stuff around, signaling each other. In the PA system. There's no access points here. You would have to go and take a lift to the upper area. Your best chance of getting at the lower floors would either have to be one of these stairwells or the ladders, or maybe there's also some soldiers that are doing like some patrols and some formations, and also mechanical work as well. There's a lot going on here. Alright, you go down the stairwell. As you're going down there, you see different like work areas. No one seems to notice you yet. As you keep going downwards, the floor number, you're all about to hit the 50th floor. As that happens, you bump into someone. There's another worker. Wait a minute. Looks at your tag. Lieutenant Shady? Wait, aren't you supposed to be at a meeting right about now? Sarah? Wait. Sarah just called me and said that you would be in the infirmary? Are you alright? Wait a minute. And he goes to combat. And he goes like, hey, Sarah. How do you react? I'm pretty sure you probably do something right before he says anything or touches the combat. A little bit off. So you're interrupting him as he's about to do that? Okay. So before like anything clicks off on the compad, he looks and he goes, you're feeling a bit off? Infirmary's not until about the 30th floor. You're way far away from that. What do you do next? He's eyeing you. He has his eyes squinted. He's like, hmm. You can tell he's very suspicious of you at this point. Alright, so let's do a persuade on that. I'll give you one. What's up, Dark? Supplies. You got a 10. Alright, as you say that, he goes, alright. And he puts his combat away. I'll take it easy. You know, you should probably ask her out on a date. And he's, you know, he's talking about Sarah. So he walks past you. The door is still open. It's about to close with the auto lock. Door up. The standing place. You're nowhere near an elevator. You're in the stairwell. But you're at the 50th floor now. In the ascension, yep. He cannot spear. Alright, so you exit out the stairwell. On this floor, you do see an elevator to the side that would take you here. Okay. So you go for it and try to hack that. But along this way, there are several doors. There's also another foyer that leads to larger, bigger doors. The vault area. You just reached it. It's also pretty heavily guarded. There's a lot of cameras here too. Even some sensors. None can get in without certain permissions. But you want to hack it so you can throw him off. Alright. You got the portal box. So you used a few hacks. So you got 2 left. You have 2 left to help you to get that plus 1 to hacking. You can still hack without using the pick, but you have 2 left. But no, it's helping you. It's helped and got your ass out. So portal locks. All right, so you managed to send the elevator up to ascend. That's your next move. And head down towards the vault. All right, so you managed to find a couple of guards, and one of them is actually, he just went on a break. So you can assume him and make your way onto that too. Someone who punched out for a break. Yep, you managed to find one. They do have the rotations. Okay, so you managed to obtain one of them. Though you don't have the weaponry, you're unarmed, but you do have the appearance of the clothing. So you do fit the motif for a personnel on this floor. What is your next move? As you hack the elevator right behind you, there are several more doors. The hallway exceeds for who knows how long. To the right of you, there are several different alcoves between these doors. They lead to different vaults, different high secure areas. Alright. You're like, alright, so you brush past a few guards. You say, yeah, I forgot something in the locker room. One of them goes like, oh, come on, man, you gotta punch out. Did you at least punch out? You're gonna get screwed. And you're still hurrying past them. That's just saying it. Your compad, though, slightly bips that you're near the vault. About a good 50 feet more. As you turn this alcove, though, there are, again, several guards, heavily armed. Obsidian, ornate. Some parts of it lined with a bit of red. Also, sometimes you see some of the little shimmer of a shield as well. You'll occasionally see one that has like a heavy chain gun Even another one that seems to have a gun that has like a very glowing cylinder of sorts. Plasma, basically. You go for the vault. Alright. So, as you're getting closer to the vault, one of the guards steps out. He has a different kind of uniform. He stops you. Wait. Of course, there's a bunch of cameras and motion sensor as well. What are you doing here? Wait a minute. Who? Steve? Steve, what are you doing? You're on lunch. There is a maintenance room, yep. It's like 20 feet behind you. There's a maintenance room right next to the elevator. As you rush past for the vault, correct? There's a guy in front of the vault who stopped you? Yes, there is. The vault door itself leads to several other vaults too. So it's kind of like an interconnecting point. He's posted with a couple of cameras too, and of course there's guards in the hallways. But you can assume that there may be more guards within too. So if you were to do something, you would have to be very sneaky about it. Oh, Jack Shady. Lieutenant Jack Shady. So they came in a meeting. Okay. Alright, fair enough. Come in a meeting. Okay. That's not charisma. You got a 11. Okay. Wow. Full 6 on wood. So as you see it, that he checks one of the comms real quick, and then like he starts talking to someone. And go, oh, that happened. Oh, all right. It checks out. So I'm guessing you probably forgot something in there. I don't know. Go on through. He steps off to the side. But as you, he looks at you a little bit. Where'd you put your gun? Oh, I'm guessing that's what you forgot, right? He goes, alright, go on through. So as you make your way into the vault, the door, with several locks and key codes, it lights up, red, green, even viridian. But at the same time, you didn't see this earlier, but up above, you see one large green eye shifting around. And you see 2 large arms. Ka-toom, ka-toom, and lift up the vault door. It is literally a camera that has built-in mechanized arms with it to act as a door handler and a security. You also know that this thing has riddled weapons. This is one of the latest designs for security, especially something as tight-knit as this. Did you manage to pass on through? Alright, so you managed to walk in and the door closed right behind you. Can it see through your disguise? It hasn't seen through it. But as you're walking through, its eyes starts to stay on you. Then you start to feel your camo belt twitch a bit, but you manage to walk in before it could discover anything. From what you do know is that if you are seen by this device for too long, you will be exposed. As you walk into the vault, there are cell rows, vroom, 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 of databases, boxes, portal lock boxes, safes. There are several things. And as you look at the compad, your target is not too far away. We see a couple of guards above, below, and mid-level, even beneath you. And there's several different cameras at random interjunctions that are moving with the green light. You gotta work fast. Stop, Green Ninja. Oh, my back. Get back to work backwards. Alright. So, stealthy approach, right? Alright, you got an 8. So you managed to slowly sneak away and zigzag to where you need to be. You managed to find a very tough rectangular box with different etchings of symbols and codes and locks on it. This may be really, really tough. You wish to use a portal lock pick for this. Can you give in on it? Yeah, you can use that. Good thing you remembered. So as you slide in the key, some of the locks click and move, and the codes start to move. The box itself whoop, lights up a password. If you use the key, you get a bonus to the security check. And if you want to use the portal lockpick, that works too. That's an extra addition. Yuki on Steam. What? Okay. You almost fucking failed. You had to hit a 6. If you didn't get that extra... Actually, no, hold on. Actually, you needed a 7, sorry. You needed a 7, not the 6. That close. So, you quickly unlock the safe. There's a computer. The database. You also have the device that can let you stream and let the signal of the data stream outside. Do you do that? That way you don't have to stay too long.
Daddy. Chuiលើខេរីដាក់លើក្រែតិច
ចាំមកអីគេ
ជួយលើវាដាក់លើក្រែម៉ាមីលើរួច
Lou, okay, okay. I got to go and pick up my sister and lift her and put her on the bed. I'll be right back.
មកធ្វើមួយឆ្កែចូល
Mingry! Không phá lòng được không đây? Do it! There was much Mingri that to lift her onto the bed. I speak Cambodian, Abyssal. What's up, Rooster? The show you can just walk it. If you have to bring it with me, you'll step around for a minute while it does the thing, come back to it. Well, as you access the box, you also notice a timer. And not only that, you also know the ETA when you may be detected as well. Starting now. You just leave the thing it is traceable, or can you just walk away? I don't know, that depends what you do.
Nè anh này lại đưa con nè.
I don't have it. Okay. We're gonna do a few rolls here. Holy shit. Alright, so you have to make both a tech save and a luck save. Close by the eyes. Chinny chin chin. Alright. So you work a bit of tech. Funny enough, one of the little modulars on there was a set trap. So it almost triggered a bomb in your face. But you managed to stop it. And with just a little bit enough luck, you managed to move around a little bit, stealthing a bit, acting normal, and evading the cameras. Still takes a little bit of time. You're almost there. That's almost 100%. What do you wish to do next? It's time to lock the thing again and put it back. Okay. So you managed to put it back. So as the data feeds start completing, bloop, you sit it back in place. It runs out. Alright, so you managed to get that done in time. But you also took a little look at the device. It has a self-timer if it has been opened. And then the security check has to follow so that the timer doesn't go off. Anytime it's opened, it has a countdown timer to respond to a password. So you're gonna try to hack this. Would you like to use your last lockpick for it? Your portal lock, anyway. You want to fucking nut? There you go. Attaboy. Got a 7. Lucky number 7. So you managed to lock it up. After time, put in the password. You got it done. Not a lot is left. It's to sneak out. Bypass it? Sure. With the schematics you drew, you managed to find one. Pulling it off a bit, you crawl on through. Judging by how it's constructed, as you go a bit further, you come across one of the vents. Large spinning blade of death. If you can get past this vent, you can probably reach an elevator that may probably take you to one of the first floors. Or one of the floors that can get you the fuck out. Maybe in the roof. You hack? Yeah, you can. Would you like to? Alright. So you managed to stop the fan. Boom, boom, boom. So far, nothing yet. But you do notice on your compad that the system has found something irregular. Now they're gonna find someone to go check it out. Yeah, you managed to go through in time. Yep. Now another timer has been set. So the config here. Something's going down in the elevator shafts. And some of the vents too. It's odd. Check it out. If you need to, send in the bots. Like some of the custodians are gonna go take a look. So as you get out and on the 50th floor, you never went into one of the elevators before. So you managed to get up into it. If you'd like, or you can take the stairwell. Do you want to take the 50th floor elevator? Or do you want to just take the stairwell? Be more longer but safer route. Elevator's more quicker though. But you don't know who you may encounter. Okay, you go to the stairwell. No one's there yet. So far, so good. Scot-free. You want to bring the long ascent up? The gentler stuff? Yeah, sure you can. You turn yourself to one. At this point, you've used the employee, charity, and the guard, and the staff. 4 uses. Okay. As you make your slow ascent up the stairwell. Let's see, let me take a look here real quick on my notes. The funny is I actually had this way prepared. Oh, wrong dice. As you continue your ascent, you reach the 20th floor. You hear alarms going off. Check the camera feeds. You see someone else has infiltrated, and they also went to the same vault you went into. Not only that, they took a shortcut right through the elevators. They're on the same floor as you. It's going to lockdown. Nobody's gonna go on a lockdown. What do you do? Snake either. You can try getting up the stairwell, but you can see through the schematics, they're gonna start closing it off. Boom, 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 kind of like cubicles. If you try to go to the elevator, you may encounter some guards, but the person you saw in the comm feeds, to the camera, you might bump into them. You don't know who they are. The image of them is very oblique. You may have to try to probably hover through one of the ladders. One of the maintenance areas. It's gonna be a bit of a walk. Hit. That's how you go and stop that elevator using your hacking skills, but not too difficult. Hopefully, since itself is going lockdown, so it's one of those last stops. So you go around to one of the little maintenance areas and hit up the ladders. As you're climbing up, going to the Great Ascent, it leads you to the rooftop. Rain has become a lot more heavier. I want to see. So, you managed to reach the hatch that leads to the roof. Do you want to pop through it? Our perception. It's hard to hear with the rain. You rolled a good solid 8. You hear the sound of aircraft. If there's any sound of people, it's blotched out by the sound of aircraft. Alright, as you make way out, sneaking out. There, find it. As you make your way out through the hatch, you hear the blaring of several aircraft. You see 2 figures holding an umbrella. And also 2 figures beside them as well. Very neatly and fine dressed. Every time water will hit them, you see a shimmering of some sorts. If the umbrella didn't protect them, but it seemed that the umbrella projected some sort of energy field, blocking the rain. It's hard to discern what they look like, but if you would move close, you could probably hear them. Sitting on a rooftop, you're very, very high height. Their chance of extraction may be either possibly calling for help if you know a few contacts, or you can try to pilot one of these yourselves, but you're not too fond of piloting things. You hide and observe? Okay. As you go to hide and observe, one voice is very gruff. The other one is very soft and gentle, but almost foreboding.
So let me get this straight. You want this one off then, right? What about that one?
No. How about the plans? Make sure this one lives.
So you want me to just dump one body dead, leave one right there?
Yes, that's precisely what I'm telling you.
Wildest way for just a rich, snubby brat.
You'll find out soon enough. Now, as for payments, they'll be wired to you very immediately. And that my employers are hoping you get it done by the book, hopefully.
Fine. If I got to ask, why off this one?
Well, because, my dear fellow, he may be a fellow family member, but he is in the way of my inheritance. You covered? Well, it's going to be a hard perception check. Roll 2, you have no idea. It's hard to see and discern. If you wish to sit and study them, then you may get another chance to try to see. But who they may be, what they sound like. I didn't call for. All right, so you send a call for help. As you do that, actually, you're gonna have to make a very nice security check to see if you can do that undetected. And get you the fuck out. As you send the message to call out for help, the alarm start blaring, and as the lights shift up, you see the gruff voice is Mr. Slash, the orc fellow, and on the side you see a fellow of high elf heritage. See on the emblem of a shirt of the Nyla Company. And as that goes about, the alarm start blaring. A Slash, he turns, nods, and you see him start to leave. The high elf starts booking it. Guards start filing out on the rooftop. Now let's roll a luck. Oof. One in light blares to show off your form. You're a pretty good distance away, but one of the guards points out. Actually, let's do a stealth check real quick. Let's see how well this goes too. But your luck check, that's gonna be for something different. Okay, so you make a pretty good luck check. No, not luck check, stealth check. But the luck check, so far there's no one responding to your call. And you're really high. High elevation. It's gonna be really tough. Alright, so you go for one of the books. As you book it. As you booking it, you break part of your stealth. Some of the guys know these off the way, so let's roll you a tech aircraft. If you can actually work it. Roll 9. Holy shit. So, you manage to fire it up and start moving away. They open fire on your aircraft. You start booking it out the way as well, over the roof. As you start flying up, you see the blaring lights. Several guards are moving. They're all scrambling. Some of them are starting to get on the aircraft. You see this place is fucking huge. They have a field where on the rooftop, it looks completely fine. There's nothing on it. But they camouflaged it with technology and kept it hidden that they do have a military facility here. Click right under it. There's more to this entertainment company than you think. As you start making your way out, you get a comm feed.
Oh, Mr. Sharp. I didn't think you'd be around here. Fancy meeting you here, old friend.
What do you say to him?
Doesn't matter. But I see that you were on the same wheel as me. You heard that conversation. My apologies, Mr. Sharp. I can let you leave alive.
And then you see a couple of codes scrambling across the screen.
Disable engine.
You hear him say. The engines of the vehicle turn off.
Ooh.
They start plummeting.
No worries. I'll take the data you got. You didn't think I would notice anything, would you?
He knows of his own portal box. The key on it.
I'll let the Emporium know that you had a slight mishap.
Try to grab a chute. That seems to be locked in its own compartment. So, as you try to tink tink bust out of it, but as you try to open the hatch, grabbing the chute, it's not budging. As you start spiraling down. About the last quick moment. Alright. So we're gonna do some rolls here. The lucky enough you might using what brute force you have and pop out using chute. God, you ugly or crapple. There you go. So he cut off the feet before anything was said, but you managed to grab the chute, but due to the heavy rain, the winds, it carries you way deep off to the bay. Tink. Land, a crash, and roll. With a snap and sliding. And then you see on the newsfeed of Omega your face, your figure, where you were last seen. The place is on high alert. At the same time, you get a comm feed from the Emporium.
Mr.Sharp, I see and heard you got into some trouble. We'll forward what money you're owed, but I believe you may be tracked. You'll receive your payment once you've cleared your name and rope that filth off of you. Anywho, I got what was needed. You should probably find a way off Omega.
I think you probably attracted a couple of folks as well.
Good day.
And he blips off. So throughout the air, there are aircrafts. Even not too far away from you, you can see a lot of land vehicles coming your way. They're moving fast. Alright. Let's see what you can find with this rain. Oh, no, that's far. So as you're mucking about and trying to find a place to hide, a couple of cars roll up to you. A couple cars step out. Stop! Freeze! And they all pull out their guns. At that last moment, as they all aim with these laser sights on you. These flashlights. But then you hear the roaring of another vehicle through the skies. After this, all the guys look up. What the hell is... As you see, this large aircraft, several engines upon it, heavily armed, and you see out the cargo side, pull out and you see this large figure in an armored suit. He goes, "You want to fight? Come to me!" And all lights show no. Who the hell is that? And then you see one hand he grabs a chain gun, and another one. As he pulls it out, the chain gun split in half. He has 4. And on his shoulders, you see what seems to be mini rocket launchers as he starts to unload. At the same time, you get a message feed from a woman. "If you wish to live, quickly, enter the vehicle. There's a ladder." And you just hear the crazy laughter of this crazy soldier that's unloading into them. There you go. Jump on the ladder that was hoisted down for you. As you climb up, you see ka-ting, 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 and hear the laughter. This, "Aha, yes!" And then at the same time, he forms like both the cans together. As he launches like several beams of heated plasma. Some of the aircraft that are coming on the way are getting exploded left and right, boom, boom, and a lot of the soldiers down below are just screaming out in pain. You get a few plasma, a few bullets coming your way, but you manage to get protected. As you're about almost halfway, the large arm puts the chain guns away, grabs you, pulls you up. "I got him! Now quickly!" As he grabs the gun again, "You may want to grab a seat and settle in!" As he continues firing and the aircraft starts moving away. So, as you speed away and the gunfire and misfire has happened, losing them, and then at the moment the figure horseback closes the door, sets off his weapons. And so we enter different interlude. Lost is still standing there, and then you see on a little visor screen of a woman with red hair. She's been through the ages, but she still maintains a very hard permanent look. You can see that she has the aura and stature of being someone who's done a lot of business, very high class, and proper respect. "A lady, I've done as you asked it. I need to be going home soon. But here he is, Mr.Sharp." And you're kind of crawling about a pit, but he kind of grabs you, lifts you up, sets you up, dusts you off a bit. But as he dusting you off, one finger goes ka-tink, and you're like, "Ah!" You suffer a point of damage. Like, oh, well, my apologies. So he goes to get his gear. And the figure on the screen. "I'm glad you made it out, Mr. Sharp. Working with the Emporium, that you do sign the bottom print that if you were in trouble, you cannot claim your payment until any tracks are washed off. They don't like to have any of their hand dirtied or any leads back to them. Now, enjoy the ride, and you will meet me at our secret location." And then the screen blips off. You wish to do anything while you wait on the ride to take you where you need to go? You left her almost dying. And of course, the character next to you goes like, are you okay? So as you arrive at the destination, the cargo door slides out again. A large figure, and he gets his gear. He has a lot of weapons. It's fairly huge, especially in the suit that he's in. "Well, it looks like this is where we part ways, my friend." He looks at you. Now that you get a better look at him, the armor he's wearing is a mixture of red and black and little hints of gold. Several chain guns. He even has different like melee weapons of like large mono blades on his back. And outside waiting there, you also see another large, but you see a even bigger mech. What he has maybe would be akin to a power suit. So you see the large mech. You see in one of these models before. This is part of the siege techs. They have the height of at least about 30 to 40 feet, what you can tell. He goes like, "You're welcome, my friend, and the money's also good." So he starts getting his things, and then a envoy starts handing him like his payment, like large cases or something that you're not too sure about. Another envoy starts leading you the way, you know, to get you dry and whatnot. As you're going through, you're led to a parlor. Some hot drinks are set out for you, and also some foods. And there, sitting waiting for you, is a very young woman, but again a little bit crass on the side, and she's drinking tea, and she gestures for you to sit. She smiles lightly, and she drinks and goes like, "Welcome. Now, I believe since you had a little bit of falling out with your employment and along with a colleague, and I saved your life, I believe you owe me a favor, but I'm willing to put you under my employment." As she continues drinking. Good effort. She smiles at you, and as she smiles, you see right behind her a very long, red, fluffy tail. And adorned as part that what you thought was like part of her attire, you see two red ears pop out, a little bit of white fur. I'm glad we have reached an accord. Now the data that you helped steal, well, that led to some infringing evidence that may lead to who may have hired your companion, Mr. Slash, to kill someone of the Nilo family. May be part of a group that may wish to usurp my family legacy. But more so, we should investigate this further, and she slides a picture. I need you to keep an eye on my child. He's a bit rambunctious. Likes to dress up and play a lot. I don't know where he got it from. His name is Galen Zanth. Mr. Bloodscar will be waiting for you outside to take you to where you need to go. More than babysitting. He may be a bit rough, but his father and him have disagreements, but I'm still his mother and he's still my child. It is nature and natural for a mother to worry for her offspring. Anyway. Mr. Bloodscar will be able to take you to where you need to go. You'll be journeying to Bakassi soon. The ride may be a bit uncomfortable, but you'll be safe. And we can only be here for a few more months before they may track me down. It might be a bit of a rough ride. But otherwise than that, my son has also been framed for murder. I am doing my best to see if I can prove his innocence. If you can find the lost data that we were sent to retrieve, that would help as well. I don't know which one of my competitors it is, but there may be more happening. She laughs and giggles a bit, and then before she goes, and she's about to stand up, and then the whole place starts to shake. Kaboom! Wow, I think our stay ended here. They found me quite quickly. I thought I had at least a few more 10 minutes. You should be on your way to Bakassi. And as she says that, a large explosion not too far from you guys happens. She goes, "This is quite dire." And then you hear on the compound, "Mr. Bloodscar, would you do me the favor of bending this area off a little bit before you take Mr. Sharp?" And of course, the moment that happens, you hear ka-toon, 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 ka-toon outside. And then you hear the large berating sound of something heavily falling several times over. Alright. So, as you get up, an explosion happens and rocks the place. As you turn away to go meet Bloodscar, the explosion rocks even more, and you shook on your feet. The blast rocks the door out. The door almost heading your way, but you managed to duck out of it. But as you turn to look, the lady of the Xanth Corporation, she's standing there. She doesn't look panicked. At the last moment, a large chunk of heavy debris falls, boom, blocking your view, and the flame starts to spread.